Recorded live from a previously unfinished attic in downtown Monroe, this is Drawing Bigger Circles, where we dig into what's going on behind the scenes and out in the streets of our city, Monroe, North Carolina. My name is Stephen Stegall, and I'm the chairperson for Change for Monroe, and we're a grassroots organization that seeks to connect neighbors to neighbors through political engagement, civic education, and a myriad of community service opportunities. And as always, I'm joined by my cantankerous producer, Kevin Daniels.
It's only funny if you mention that this is take 3.
Yeah. and we're also here with Bob. Bob. Jesus fucking Christ.
Bob
Whatever.
Kieran.
Listen, I'll just go. Let's go with whatever.
Bob Kieran.
Bob.
Bob.
That was
Bob Kieran.
That was my Boston coming out. Bob Catton. Barb Curtin.
Hello.
I said it right.
Well,
Yeah. Okay. Well, anecdotes all around. Apparently Kevin's got a good one.
this is fantastic.
Throwing it over to you, Kevin.
So at the place where I work, we use Zoom, all right, for our phone system. And it's really fancy, and you have all these phone numbers that are assigned to you. You assign them to different people and accounts, and then you assign them to actual devices. So you have phones over here. You can change what number rings at that phone. You can change what person uses that phone. It's fantastic. Unless you're not paying attention and you delete the main phone number.
Oh.
For where I work. So
Okay.
the number, when you Google the food pantry and you try to find, it put up a number that I gave away to the rest of the world and said, we no longer need this number.
Oh, you relinquished the number.
I did.
Yeah.
And so I was panicked for a couple hours. The boss walked in. He said, how's everyone doing? I'm like, give me 15 minutes. I wanted to see if I could solve it quickly before I had to go tell him what I did.
Right, yeah.
But eventually I had to go tell him what I did. And we got to work. And we had a wonderful volunteer that used to work in Silicon Valley. And so she was able to get me a contact over at Zoom. And I was able to get the phone number back before an hour and a half.
Was that your puppet?
It was.
Okay. I didn't realize you were a puppeteer.
Yeah.
Jesus God, why? Anyway, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That was
created a huge problem. Luckily got it fixed
I was
before
going to say,
it
you
caused
fixed
some real
it, though.
problem. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the key to life, when you put wrong out into the world, you got to do right afterwards, and that's why I don't respect any of the folks on the that are running for town council on certain side of things.
Right.
You put wrong out into the world.
Well, they're just-
apologize later when you realize you were wrong.
Yeah, they're just wrong on wrong is what it is.
Yeah. Barb, anything new with you?
Oh Lord, it's been a busy last couple of weeks for me. We as you know, we were displaced from a little mishap in our upstairs bathroom, which
She apologized for. She will not eat Mexican food
I'm
from
sorry.
now on.
Yes, I flooded out everything. It completely wrecked our bottom floor, so we've been living in a hotel for the last almost 3 months.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus, that hurts me right there.
Yeah. It got to be pretty old real quick.
Yeah.
So no more breakfast buffets for me. Ugh.
Yeah, going to the beach and stuff when we have to rent hotels or motel rooms and stuff after being maybe 3 days. in
Yeah,
that
you're
same
done.
room. Yeah, I'm
Twice
done.
3 months.
Right, with pets.
Yeah, it sucked.
Right?
It sucked. And kids.
Yeah.
So we had we
Kids are
had
the
2
worst.
rooms. No, I have teenagers. They're pretty great. But so yeah, that and I had my first colonoscopy.
Yay!
Have you guys had one of those yet? The pleasure?
No.
Oh,
I
it's
have
a
not.
great time.
Yeah.
They make you drink this poison that just makes you ready for the next day.
Makes you blow out an upstairs
And
bathroom.
boy, I'm telling you, like nothing I've ever experienced.
Yeah.
It really was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, my wife had to get one back in South Dakota. And I don't know if she actually had to, but,
She chose to?
Well, she's Korean, so there's English as the second language. So she says yes when she doesn't understand stuff, which is like why, we have so much stuff in our garage.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, so I think she kind of learned your lesson on that one, didn't you?
Right, yeah.
Don't say yes if you don't know what they're asking.
So from what I understand with colonoscopies, there's an option to to remain conscious during that.
Oh, so I got a funny story about that.
Okay.
Glad we didn't skip this section.
I would not recommend staying awake for it because I woke up in the middle of mine.
So I've heard this before. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what brought it up. And
Yeah.
there are certain I want to say that I heard anecdotes of people who have chosen to stay awake during it, but it's they give you some sort of anesthetic to where you're not feeling anything, but you are able to like speak to the doctor and stuff. But there are also too, like some people are just like knock me out completely. I think I'm knock out completely type
Yeah,
of guy.
I mean,
I'm like that with everything. Even if I got a cut on my finger, it's like it's only 2 stitches. I'm like, give me the good stuff.
Yeah, right.
knock me out.
So you woke up
Yes, sir, I did.
with a giant tube in your ass.
Laying on my side, staring. I opened my eyes and looked up at the anesthesiologist and waved to her.
Should I be awake?
I'm like, hello. And she's like, oh, quick hurry and rush and give me some more. But I distinctly remember that. And I remember laying there thinking, I'm awake, but I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, it was.
So they put you back under immediately.
They put me back under immediately. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a good thing I went because I had some polyps and those can turn into cancer.
Yes, they can. So
Yep.
if you're over 40,
Yep.
go get your
We've all heard the commercial.
yeah. after your ordeal, me and my wife have had that conversation a couple times. As a matter of fact, we're like, of course she handles all of our medical shit. So I'm like, hey, we probably should, get the colonoscopy thing. And she's like, okay, why not? So.
Well, I think
It's
the age used to be like 50, and then they bumped it down to 47,
Did
and now
they?
it's at like
Oh, man.
45.
Is that right?
And yeah, it's just all fake medicine to sell more tubes.
Shit. They didn't start bugging me until a couple of years. I'm now 52, so I'm like, you know what? I better just go ahead and bite the bullet.
No, that's not what it is at all, folks. If you're going to the doctor for a colonoscopy expecting to bite the bullet, that's not where they put it.
They do not. No.
Correct. So yeah, I give it a 4 out of 10.
All right.
Well, I mean, at least it ranked.
That's actually pretty high.
I'm glad I went. I'm glad I went. It'd be awful to end up with colon cancer. So
I'll make sure to like keep my my rating, in mind as I'm getting mine too. I'm like,
Tell the
wanna hear your rating.
anesthesiologist, like, hey, wake me up halfway through so I can get that experience as
Barb
well.
oversold this.
Give it a 2.5.
Yeah,
0.5 for lack of lube.
Speaking of colonoscopy, the primaries were the other day.
oh yeah. Speaking of assholes.
How's that segue?
Speaking of assholes, hers was better. Hers was better. Sorry.
Yeah. All right, so nothing could have gone worse.
Nothing could have gone worse for I tell you, like, if you're looking around the county and, stuff like that, and I know everyone has their feelings about different things, but I'll tell you, and I think we spoke about this before leading up to, Kathy was the most liberal of the three. You know what I mean? He was definitely the leftist righty on that ballot. For sheriff.
For sheriff, yeah.
And when you're looking at the county commissioners, the same thing. That Tyson dude that's a builder that had that Home Builders Association behind him. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want him on the county commission. And, so it was kind of like, But Monroe, we got the old colonoscopy.
Well, I mean, Monroe is what I thought it was.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, and so the fearmongers and the, I don't know, I want to call them hate mongers too, but whatever. I mean, the folks who, with the least amount of experience, but the most amount of
talking.
Yeah, I guess whatever.
Yeah.
I was, they are change agents in the fact that they want to, make it hard for most people to live their lives, I would think. So I mean, it was obviously the three that were on the council, being Carr, Thompson, and Anderson, all lost to the newcomers. Pedersen, I kept saying that name wrong.
Yep, glad you got it right.
Yep, and then Ball, and actually I wouldn't consider this guy a newcomer because he's been on the council before, and he's a lifelong Monrovian for all I know, but as far as I know anyway. Why is the name escaping me?
Parker Mills.
Parker Mills. Thank you. Goddamn. Which is Parker, I would say, is probably the least
crazy,
dangerous. I was thinking,
extremist.
Yeah, destructive. But I mean, Ball and as dangerous as she is, and as ideologically driven as she is, I think she's probably just going to be another just
pain in the ass.
Well, but she's just going to vote the way that Dotson and Parker tell her to every single time.
Oh yeah,
or
no,
like
there's not an original brain cell.
like a good
little
nationalist.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she's the white woman that all these nationalists need behind them in order to make shit palatable and whatnot. So,
Really? You think she makes things more palatable?
I mean, to white women, yeah, or to like church-going people.
Yeah.
Just the
To
sound
church
on
go.
that voice level.
Yeah.
Fix that in post. In post. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, it was adequately high. It was a proportionately high.
Okay.
Based on what I was saying. But no, yeah, I think that she, with her big fucking shit-eating grin and just rattling off Bible verses and things like that on a whim. I think that she does make it more comfortable for certain people to.
We got a couple stories coming out of this. Is like, she didn't show up at the town hall because she couldn't have answered a question other than.
She had prior engagements.
Yes,
Kevin.
I know. It was called not knowing what the fuck she's talking about.
Yeah, right.
We've all been there.
Yeah. Right.
But I recently met with someone whose name I'm not going to mention right now.
Yeah.
But they can tell the story later. But they were at the event recently and decided to, they knew who she was. She did not know who they were, and walked over and was like, "Oh, hey, nice to meet you." And she's like, "Oh, my name is Michelle Ball." And they decided to reply back with, "Oh, you the one putting up all those no foul ball signs?"
Yeah.
And I don't know if it kind of like dawned on her that this was not a friendly anymore,
Right.
but she was like, "No, I'm just here to protect the kids." It's like, bitch, broken wet record, that's going to be so tiresome to hear. Can you imagine going to these city council meetings? And then, okay, could we hear from Michelle? And Michelle goes on her 30-minute rant because she's no longer limited to 3 minutes.
Yeah. No shit.
And Dotson ain't going to friggin' gavel.
Gavel.
Yeah. That thing where you hammer.
Gavel.
Gavel.
Yeah, he's
There
not
you
going
go.
He's not gonna do that to shut her up.
No.
Well, I mean,
All his
she
balls
can-
are in his hat.
I forget
No hats in the
exactly-
chamber.
It's not point of. It's not what. There's a. Basically, any one of the
Right.
council can like go on any kind of little soliloquy they want.
Yeah.
I forget what they call it, but it's like it's not point of order because that's a. Anyway,
Point of order is usually a questioning of the rules.
exactly, yeah, but yeah, they can just. So I mean, I don't really know that she'll waste her time with that anymore because she's gotten what she wants. But I mean,
No, she doesn't. Look, she wants the camera, she wants the stage, she wants the
Yeah.
microphone.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
That's what she wants.
No,
She's
that's
got a
my
stage
point.
now.
When they vote, she's
Yeah.
not going to pay attention. She's not going to do any of the research that any of the other council people do. She's there so that she can stand up at that microphone every fucking month and go on her rant about the businesses she doesn't like, and I'm just here to protect the kids.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
That's it.
I want to protect my children from you too. So, yeah.
All right, so why were we surprised by these results? I feel like you and I were probably the worst in hope getter uppers.
Yeah. Well, I've done this actually with the last like 3 or 4 elections, to be honest. Like I didn't think that Trump had any chance to win against Hillary, and
We definitely tend to overestimate the number of stupid people
yeah, that's my whole point. Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
voting electorate. I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
that. But if you didn't know, apparently some of the churches got involved. They
Yeah.
started
Oh
to
my
hand
God.
out
Really? I'm shocked.
sample slates.
Yeah.
And that's why it was such a huge change from Sunday to Tuesday. The
Yeah.
early voting had all the folks where we thought they were.
Yeah. Well, apparently, like on the very last day, like a couple hundred people at each. I don't forget which site it was at, but they just showed up all together in order to like vote.
Bus. In a bus.
From very specific churches.
Yeah. So.
Yep.
Wow.
So yeah, it turns out that they used literally the oldest tactic and the most predictable tactic in the book, which is going to the churches and motivating the cattle to show up and just kind of graze in the field that they should be grazing in, I guess.
But using fear, these are the Christian candidates.
Well, it's
These are
fear and lies. Let's be honest.
It's
I mean,
obviously
so, yeah.
lies. They called them Christian candidates.
Yeah.
You can't really call Michelle Ball a Christian with a straight face.
Well, she can call herself a Christian all she wants to, but
She can.
I don't think that she can turn around and call somebody and like accuse somebody else of not being one. That's my whole point behind the entire thing.
Yeah,
It's
she's
like,
the real Christian.
yeah, they're like, I forget how many denominations of Christianity are in the United States, but it's like
Google
2,500. It's like a lot, you know. Personally, I don't think that any of those people will have the right to call any of the other people, you know, not Christians. I mean, just because, you know, you don't believe in the same way they do. I mean, that's the whole fucking point of, you know, religious freedom. They think that religious freedom means that, you know, they have the freedom to impose their religion on you. And, you know, I'm just going to say no every fucking time on that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, yeah. So again, they use the oldest tactic in the book, which is, you know, again, you know, just here's the thing. They were able to rally more people than the other candidates were, bottom line. And whatever tactic they use, other than, you know, illegal ones, which
well,
I mean,
it's the tough area that we fall into as well. You know, when we talk about rallying voters and rallying people to our cause, we are trying to educate people on the truth, and that's very, very hard to do when the other side's voters are just follow me. You know what I mean? Like we are sitting here, we're going to try to talk to you. We're going to try to educate you on what's happening. We want you to get involved and learn this stuff so that you're making informed decisions. And that is literally the antithesis of what they are doing.
yeah.
Barb?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
There are over 200 distinct Christian denominations in the U.S., with some estimates suggesting up to 2,000.
Yeah.
But globally, there are 45,000.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Wow.
again, and, you know, a good thing that that Michelle Ball has the right one.
Yeah. What are the odds, too?
Yeah, right.
I mean, honestly, 1 out of 45,000. That's
I mean, that's pretty good. Good job, lady.
play a lottery ticket.
Yeah.
Then use your winnings to move the fuck out of our city.
Yes, please.
And you know, it just gets even worse when you talk about, like, you know, conservatism, because I mean, the fact that, you know, any of these people want to call themselves a true conservative is just like again, define that for me, please, because I can tell you right now that, and this goes back to the conversations I'm having with all these other people online. It's like, you know, one of the things that some people decide that conservatives can't do is like raise taxes. And my first question is, what the fuck is a tariff? You know, so I mean, it's like you can't tell me that you know, a person can't be conservative and raise taxes and then do this particular thing and call it something different, and that's an okay. Like, this is just a shield that we put, or a mask we put on it, in order to like be able to get away with this, you know, this thing that doesn't fit with our ideology. So anyway, like, to me, it's just like there's a certain part of politics that is just like kind of gross and just you know,
Icky.
Yeah, there you go. That I just have decided not to participate in, or, you know, to make that a tactic of ours. And you know, but unfortunately, that shit works. And,
Well, I still don't plan on being icky, but I do plan on being funny.
okay.
Because
Ficky?
these people deserve... What?
Ficky?
Ficky?
Funny
yeah, there
icky?
you go. Funny icky.
Change
Yeah.
approved.
Hey.
Yeah. No, that's a word.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I mean, I personally, I was disappointed, but not surprised, honestly. And you know, again, I've had conversations with a few of the candidates, specifically telling these people, stop underestimating these people you're going up against. Like, they're, you know,
We learned that.
well, they're dumb as a doorknob. They are.
They are.
We are. I mean, we're all in agreement there. But the problem is that, like, they're also cunning, and you know, they'll do what they got to do to you know, to and don't get me wrong, like, so what they did is they just basically went up during church service, or at some point, you know,
Or had their friends that were leading the church.
right, address, you know, their congregations in order to, like, have this entire congregation to show up all at once and vote. And, you know, that's a gray area from what I understand. There's probably a case to be made saying that, you know, hey, if this church is going to be doing politics from the pulpit, maybe they need to have their tax, what do they call it? Like,
Tax exemption.
Tax exemption. There you go. Revoked. But good luck finding any court in the land, especially right now, to do anything.
I mean,
Especially here.
during the last election, we were reporting churches left and right. You know, when it was like, hey, come and meet Mark Robinson. You know, it's like, can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Well, again,
and the IRS, of course, they were all over it.
Of course
They're like, you know, fuck Kevin and his $20,000 that he made this year.
But I mean, point being is like, again, like you can say that they can't do that, but this group exists in order to buck that can't do that trend.
Oh yeah.
On their side, anything
With no
on
shame.
anything on the other side though is obviously, you know, demonic or unpatriotic or any of this other stuff. I mean,
I have seen your horns.
Yeah.
But
right.
you know, that it goes back to the same thing when we talked about Michelle Ball picking up that sign, you know what I mean, and taking a picture with it.
Yeah.
And the reason that she actually got a citation is because the owner of that sign went into the police station and had to raise hell.
Yeah.
And he had to say, if it were the other way around,
Right.
you would be at my house with handcuffs.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you guys got to get on the
Well,
game
we shouldn't
with
have
this.
to tell them how to do it.
And we shouldn't have to tell cops. You know, like, hey, by the way, law applies to
Well,
everybody.
they're scared of her.
Yeah.
Well, let's...
I don't know about scared.
I think
No?
they might be now.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because back then, she wasn't going to be their boss.
Well, because their buddy strokes their checks, doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know the cops that donate to her campaign. It's on her fucking filing.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
one of the fun things is that they just recently, the Monroe Police Department's like, hey, good news. We're going to send cops out to all the bars and restaurants to examine their alcohol. And it's like, yep, this is
Here we go.
this is where it starts with them.
Yep.
So is this from what I understand, reading that little blurb, this is a new division of the Monroe Police Department. It's basically the ABC division where they're going to like check make sure that you know, bars and restaurants and
I don't know how new it is. They might just be
I think they're just
reigniting it.
beefing it up,
it's,
aren't
it's
they?
new to us, but it is a typical thing that certain mid-sized cities do.
Yeah.
If I'm understanding it right.
Yeah.
From the little bit of Googling that I did.
Oh, can't say that.
Yeah. There's a, like, I believe that there's a division of this type of thing in like Charlotte and Greensboro and like a lot of these other kind of like bigger cities. And
It just so happens that it's happening now under Christian nationalism, where they want to police every single action that we do.
no, I do think that's a coincidence. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, I do think that's a coincidence. Well, here's the thing. I think that the new chief in Monroe, I don't think that he's a bad person, obviously. I just think that maybe there's a lot of tools in the tool chest that maybe weren't being utilized that this guy is putting into effect now. And it could just be that he is coming in and trying to make his mark. You know what I mean?
I mean, it could also be that these folks on the city council are pressuring him to take away as many freedoms as possible. Between the flock cameras and this, I can't help but think that that's not Dotson and Burns sitting down with him being like, hey, look, I still see people smiling downtown, women wearing pants, men wearing nail polish. What can we do?
Yeah.
And he's like, I got this secret agency in the back. ABC, fuck your alcohol.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not gonna argue.
We
that
can't
point.
rule anything out.
Yeah, I don't have anything to. I mean, again, like the only way to to really know the motivation behind it is to talk to these people, and I don't.
They love talking.
They
to
do,
us.
absolutely.
I can't help but wonder what the cost versus the impact's going to be with this. Because I mean.
Well, I mean, these folks are going to have to, they're going to have to basically justify themselves.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to have to find every.
Since when?
Yeah, no.
No, I mean, like, they're literally trying to shut down East Frank, claiming that there's kitty diddling happening at drag shows. Zero evidence. Zero justification.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
So, no, we're beyond the, hey, by the way, can we see the evidence?
Yeah.
Right.
No, my point is like, they're in order to, feel good about, instating this or like, I guess like assembling this new, division and giving it this grand mission. They're gonna have to find stuff, in order to like
Under a common sense city council, yes. So if these folks that we don't like do not get elected in November and the good guys win, we could see this go away because they're going to be like, oh, okay, there's no justification for it.
Maybe.
They would have to show the justification for the council to continue it.
I guess, yeah.
But if the evil folks get in, they're like, oh, you're taking away spirits and taking old Johnny Law to the Hooskow, then it goes on. Sorry, Barb, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no interruption. I just don't understand. I was just talking about this the other night with my husband, and I just don't understand why the existing police that we have now can't just
walk into a bar and
walk
say,
into
hey,
a bar
how you
and
doing?
check some stuff out instead of sitting on the side of the road sometimes eating donuts.
Yeah.
But no,
And
I mean
that's how
I
you know that Barb's the oldest one. She has the oldest, the oldest '90s joke. And
let's not point. Let's
about
not
them
point
cops?
out age.
You did
Dunkin'
just call him
Donuts.
Johnny Law. So it's like,
Yeah.
and the Hooskow. I don't even know what that is. I think I might have used that incorrectly.
right. Yeah.
Hey, it sounded good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, like I don't know if there's a lot of like, a lot of the stuff happening that justifies this place coming in. Like again, I can't imagine that the people that we're talking about, like just again take East Franks for example. They're not like serving underage people there or anything like that. I mean, and I don't really think that they're breaking any laws or anything like that. So I mean, but who the fuck am I? Just a patron. So I mean, but if I guess I mean the proof will be in the pudding. I mean, if they show up to East Franks on a more like frequent clip than they do like other restaurants or something like that in downtown Monroe, then we'll kind of know something's up, I would think.
So, new committee for Change from Monroe. Your job is to sit at East Frank from open to close, eating and drinking all the food
Where can
there.
I sign?
We're not paying for it. And count the number of times that the ABC crew comes in there.
Right. Yeah.
Johnny Law.
For a surprise inspection. So I don't know what they're in there to inspect. I mean, I would assume that it's ABC. It's like, so I guess other substances come into play, but I know they were having some trouble with
ABC,
like,
isn't that the alcohol?
I thought so.
yeah,
Bureau?
it's alcohol. Yeah. It's
Alcoholic beverage control.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there you
so
go.
there it is. It's
Yeah.
only alcohol. They're only coming in looking for alcohol.
Right, but they were having trouble with some of these smoke shops around here, apparently selling. They call it like fast fare heroin or something like that, or I mean, it's some kind of.
You and I have different friends.
Yeah, I know, but I forget the actual product, but it basically does like kind of give you it's some sort of like
And it's
inhalable.
A shot or a drink or
It's like a drink or a shot or something like that, but it's like or inhalable. I can't remember exactly, but it's like it's gives you some sort of like euphoric feeling, similar to what heroin would do.
I mean, there's so I was out at the beach, I don't know, like 10 years ago, I think. It was part of my tour. And I saw a dude wearing a shirt and said FBI. And it was female body inspector.
Oh yeah.
So we may have this all wrong. This ABC thing may just be all breasts cupped. You know what I mean? Like they just might be out there checking bra sizes for all
could
we
be.
know.
Is that right?
Like we might be jumping a lot of guns here. So keep your eyes open, Monrovians.
Well, again, I mean, all of this depends on I guess the damage that, or whatever. I mean, the impact, I should say, that this organization or this new division can do will be based on, I guess, really just how long their leash is, and what their actual mission is. I mean, I don't want to just jump to conclusions and say that this place was, enacted just to, target one fucking,
He's the optimist in the group.
I try to be. I mean, so, but again, we'll see. But I mean, the only thing that can happen, coming with all this is like, the city's just going to get fucking sued if they overstep their bounds and listen to these fucking nuts. And just say that, hey, you got to show up.
If they didn't sue Burns over all the other shit, then
No,
Yeah.
but
I think we're
there's a
fine
difference.
here.
No,
I don't
there's
think we're going to find courage.
But there's a big
No.
difference in like what Burns was doing, which was just like more like kind of like trying to put his thumb in the eye of I guess whatever.
So
left-wing
causing
people.
loss of revenue to businesses based on lies.
Yeah, no, but
Or $10,000 to memorialize a podcaster.
Yeah. No,
All these things are all liable that we could have gone after him for, or the city could have gone after him for.
I guess, yeah. But my point being is like, if to my other comment was, it's like, if this, division shows up at East Franks more than they do at the other place across the street, at some point, East Franks is going to have some sort of case against, wrongful, whatever it is, like harassment or whatever. And at that point, I mean, I don't know. I mean, these folks have been really, kind of set upon just based on who they are and what they do and things like that. So, I mean, again, I'm trying not to, be too much of a doomsayer, but yeah.
We did not get, I don't want to say, we're Monroe allowed the worst of the worst to get closer to the council.
Yeah.
By winning the primary. So what's next?
I mean, the rest of us have to show up and come November, and I won't go into what's happening behind the scenes, but there is a certain amount of organization and coalition building that absolutely has to happen from now to November in order to make sure that these people don't win the next election.
I'll tell you that I think one of the things that I always wanted Change for Monroe to do was to never, ever, ever have to do texting, phone banking, or door knocking. That was always the worst part of every election season.
Yeah.
And we may actually have to go back on that. We may have to find folks who want to do that. And I know we have some wonderful folks in the group that already do that and do a fantastic job. So we may be looking forward to that. We're going to have poll greeters out there and all that stuff. But to grow our group, we're just going to need people to show up to social events and community projects once we get some.
Well, there's a certain part of like, so in I come from construction business, and there's a certain part of like the business of construction that I just don't like doing. And as I'm trying to like re-establish myself as a construction business, there's a part of me that is trying to figure out a way to like eliminate all the shitty parts of it. But
only nailing.
Yeah.
Is that the name of your new construction group?
Right, yeah. we only screw.
Only nailing, no screws.
Yeah. But no, it's like, so, but the more I kind of think about it, the more I'm like, you know what, man, I think you're really, kind of, really trying to take the good and leave all the bad away, and trying to make this more palatable or easy for myself to kind of like get back into this. And, quite
wants
frankly,
versus needs.
Yeah, I guess. But it's just like, quite frankly, I'm just going to have to like, kind of suck it up and do the shitty part too. And so
so back to screwing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a time where screwing is is the only way.
Only nailing and screwing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I think your phone will be ringing off the hook.
Right. So point being is like, getting, doing the door knocking and the texting and all that other stuff, as shitty as it may be. I mean, it's going to be the necessary thing to kind of, and it should have been done already by the people that lost. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, again, I had conversations with a certain, number of these candidates, and I was like, I really feel like you guys are not taking these people seriously.
These were conversations out in the public, surrounded by other people.
Yes.
Just to be clear.
Of course. Yeah.
We were not coordinating with any of them.
No.
If we had been coordinating with them, we probably would have, been telling them a lot more what to do. But
yeah, no, I mean, these are just, friendly conversations with people that, as a citizen, going up to these people and saying, hey, this is who you're dealing with. I've looked into them enough to know who they are as people and as a group, and this is their tactics, and these are the things you have to do to combat this shit. And it seems to me like none of them really took that seriously, and they were just like, oh, we'll just go out and be the nice people.
Yeah.
We'll go out and be the opposite of what these people are doing, and the reasonable citizens will just show up.
And again, to be clear, these were conversations out in public. You did not tell them how to run their campaign or make campaign suggestions.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Of course not, yeah. But again, it's just...
My name's on the paper, son of a bitch.
No,
We're not coordinating with candidates.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, folks, stay tuned. Like I said, social events, community service, we're going to have as much stuff going on as possible because we really need to grow our community more before November. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. Burns in the race being our target, then he dropped out, and then we all took a sigh, and we're back into puckered assholes.
So this was the other question, by the way, and I think you posed this to me. I'm pretty sure. Do you think Burns is regretting dropping out?
100%.
Do you really?
Do you?
100%.
What about you?
Okay.
You think he is?
No.
Yeah, I'm the
I
same
think
way.
he's like,
I think so
if
too.
he was regretting it, I feel like he'd be more directly involved. He doesn't say a word anymore.
What are you talking? He posts all dots and shit. He's
No,
the one.
Yeah, but I mean,
yeah, he's involved.
He's
with
the
them.
mayor.
Yeah.
He's still the mayor.
Is that okay for him to do? By the way, like, can he legally be posting stuff for Dotson on his?
Oh.
He could
Welcome back to Monroe.
Yeah,
No. We start following laws today.
That's what I'm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Come on, man.
No, I get it. I mean, again,
He made a proclamation all by himself.
No, well, I even said earlier that these people exist to like buck these trends and stuff, or these
he's
these
not
systems. So
and
I mean,
it's okay. So quick sidebar: the Hatch Act. Does everyone know what the Hatch Act is?
I do know what the Hatch Act is, but go ahead.
I do not.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to be honest.
I appreciate the yes and, but the no and. So basically, the Hatch Act is something at the executive level that says you cannot use the position of the executive branch to make money, to
Yep.
promote yourself, to promote brands and stuff
A
like
brand,
that.
a business, a
But
product.
when they wrote this Hatch Act, this is like the famous thing when they say they made Jimmy Carter sell his peanut farm.
Right.
No, that's not true. He sold his peanut farm
Yeah.
because he wanted to make sure that he was clear of any conflicts of
Yeah.
interest and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. And now we're looking at the Hatch Act in the last 10 years being violated left and right, and there's no teeth to it.
Yeah.
The Hatch Act has no violation. It's like, no, we're always going to elect decent people that will look at the Hatch Act and say, I'm not allowed to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not like, and what we're seeing with Burns is very much like, okay, I get it. I understand what you're saying. This is unethical, but what the fuck are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
Well,
And there's
Much
no
like our
punishment. There's
president.
no teeth.
Well, this is, so I'll, just before we get too far afield of Burns, whether or not he regrets it, I don't think he regrets it either, just because, honestly, I think that he's got
He's got his hands full with that Monroe vote tracker.
well, that's what I was just going to say. He's got Monroe Vote Tracker right now. I think he's got a
Very busy man.
He's got basically a website and a tactic that he feels like is a success, and this is something he can go out and market to people. I'm sure he's got a business he can sell.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that he gives
I
a shit.
believe, though, this was part of his branding,
Yeah.
is the winner. And right now, he has one coin flip under his belt.
One coin
So I
flip in a
think,
primary.
had he known that this would have happened,
Yeah.
he would have stayed on just to keep building up that resume. Now, granted,
Maybe,
he may
yeah.
have taken office in November, tried to appoint Dotson and, skedaddled,
Yeah.
the 23 skidoo,
Yeah.
as Barb likes to say. And I believe that would have been his plan. But, yeah, he regrets dropping out. He needed that victory under his belt.
Maybe. Yeah. Well, and we all know.
Are you
that
thinking about
he's-
what's under his belt right now?
Oh,
Barb?
hell no. God.
we're all assuming that he's going to be running for bigger office at some point, more statewide.
But I like that we still get to get our debate back and forth because we
Yeah.
constantly are, I wouldn't say at odds, but we are in disagreement on things.
Yeah.
And I think he's running for governor.
No,
And you think?
I
Lieutenant-
think governor.
no, Lieutenant.
And see, tiebreaker. So, nope,
Yeah.
you got to change your mind now.
That's how it works.
That's how votes work.
Can't be part of this.
This is
group.
democracy, man.
No, I think I really do. Like I think he's and he may have said it in other places that he's running for governor, or maybe the other people are talking to him about.
Well,
running
he
for
just
governor.
does that thing where he's like, people ask me what's next.
know.
You'll find out.
Yeah, right.
It's like, okay, big announcement tomorrow. What's the big announcement? I got my oil changed. Like, you remember that endorsement for Don Brown who
Yeah.
fucking lost that primary? It was like the same thing. Big announcement coming tomorrower.
Yeah.
I'm endorsing. Who cares?
Well, and everybody sends me that too. It's like the next day or
Yeah.
something. Like everybody's sending me that thing is like, well, something big's happening. I'm like,
Nope.
no,
nope.
it's not.
You-
No, it's not.
if you think something big's happened, you don't know Burns.
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I think I went to Brown's page and I'm like, hey, dude, you may want to check the company you keep.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, it's working out well enough for them right now, but yeah, I don't know that he's I think that maybe Monroe, like Mayor, was a little bit more work than he really wanted to do right now.
Oh yeah, because he was working
definitely.
real hard at it.
Dude, I think that he was probably more active than maybe the last mayor or whatever. I don't know. Just because Marion was, a lot of people like Marion, but Marion recognized that the mayor was more of a figurehead thing, and he wasn't in there to try and like be an ideological like spearhead.
Well, none of the council members were either. That's the whole point. I wanted to live in a city where I don't know their names.
Yeah, but like that's my,
And then Burns changed it.
of course. But that's my whole point with like, again, with the conversations that I'm having in public with these candidates. I kept trying to tell these people that like they are changing the face of politics in Monroe right now in front of you, and they're daring you to like, you know, not follow their lead really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and hey,
And that's what we've been combating is like, no. If you get rid of these fuckers, then it goes back to, you know, just them sitting there fixing roads.
maybe, I guess. But again, I just think that like, I think that is a bad strategy too, though, man. I mean, like honestly, like I think that like the whole reason that Change for Monroe exists right now is because, you know, we saw what was happening with Burns, and other people are going to see what Burns did, and just the same way he is mimicking Trump, other people are going to see what Burns did and try and mimic him. I don't think we're never done with this shit anymore. Like like this is a sea change in Monroe, and we have, you know, nothing but, you know, like ultimately we have Trump to thank for it.
If they keep losing, they're going to go away.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they're going to find another vulnerable city and start to target them and so on and so forth. And that's why I say the winning is the important thing, because we cannot defeat this form of politics if they keep winning. If they keep losing, you know, I'll tell you, whatever, 4 years ago, maybe 2 years ago, whatever it was, you know, I was in the room when there was a candidate that wanted to run for District 1, school board, District 1. And she was sitting there waiting to see if John Kirkpatrick showed up to register. Right. And as soon as he walked in the door, she walked out. She's like, there's no point now.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of want Change from Monroe to get to, is that when we put up candidates, when the good guys, not we, but the city is putting up good candidates, then these fuckers are like, oh, there's no point in even running this race anymore.
Hey, man, I'm your mouth to God's ears. Let's put it that way. And here's the thing, though. There's nothing new about what they did. This is the fucking Southern strategy. Mm-hmm. What they did was like literally what Nixon did, you know, back in the day. I mean, he teamed up. I think it was John Hagee or something like that. One of these fucking, you know, televangelists, you know, big time Southern Baptists. They just found a boogeyman in well, that's probably a bad word to be calling to this, but they found, you know, like, you know, it was like basically against black people and gays and all this other stuff. And they just hammered that shit, and they broadcasted that message out to all the churches in the fucking South, and all those churches showed up to the fucking polls. He just did exactly what they did. I mean, this has been going on forever. So I mean, again, the point of Change for Monroe is to combat the coalitions that already exist in these small and medium and large size churches around here. And I don't necessarily want to say anything bad about the people that attend these churches. I think they are very much led by the nose with these pastors that they have. And as long as these pastors continue to believe the horse shit that's coming out of this, you know, these people's mouths.
Ooh, true believer?
Yeah. I mean,
or known
anytime
bullshitter.
you put the word true in front of something, you know, it's full of shit.
I mean, it's just going to, like I say, it's just going to be this way for quite a while. And
well, good, because I like hanging out with y'all, and I would be scared if we disbanded in 2 years.
We'd be bored.
Yeah.
So something that you and I talked about doing, as a guy who suffers from diabetes, is adding an intermission in for Kevin to use the bathroom. Can we make now a good intermission time?
Absolutely. Let's all go to the lobby.
Let's all go to the bathroom.
Okay, that too. Yeah.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy, the chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Sorry.
All right, and we're back.
Hi.
And we're back.
Yeah. All right. So moving on. Kevin, you had a segment you wanted to talk about.
I did. It was originally called Brian Talbert, but someone changed it to Brian Talbert, bitch boy. So I don't know how
Steven.
I don't know how I feel about Google Docs. This last second change that happens to the outline in front of me. So for those of you who have not been following along, Pride. Back in Pride, Derek Warner, or Derek Rayner, as some people like to call him, he went there and he was with his family. He is, I think, on the county board for the UCDP, and he went to go get some food, and he is just surrounded by people yelling and screaming at him, calling him every word you can imagine.
Yeah.
Barb, you've been a victim of
man.
one or two of these.
Yes, Talbert's a thorn in my side, and it's for me to block someone,
On Facebook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't back down to a fight, but I've had a few rounds with Talbert.
And, so, of course, he always presents his ideas well thought out, no. He's screaming and yelling, using bad language and stuff like that, which, we do not approve of people fucking swearing.
Yeah, of course.
But anyway, so this went on, and Brian made up this story about getting spit on by Derek Warner. And then he moved his sign at the last second, and the spit hit the sign and stuff like this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday morning was the court case against Derek, and he was found not guilty of spitting on Brian Talbert's sign. So Brian had a nice little suffering loss there. But I heard today
party on Facebook.
I got to so let's get to that. So he goes online, he calls the sheriff corrupt. He is putting up weather reports, saying like, see, my sign had spit on it, and he said it might be rain, and there was no rain. You know what I mean? I mean just like the full meltdown that you would expect for someone that has the intelligence of a toddler. It's just absolutely insane. All caps, it could have gone on Truth Social, So he's sitting there and he's doing that nonsense. I found out today that it got even funnier. The two things that happened were, the first one is they played all the videos, and they were presented by Brian because they were all his friends, and they all show him and his friends surrounding Derek, screaming at him, using the foulest language you can imagine.
That's what they do.
But then he goes into court and says, "See."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Look what they did.
You kind of look like the dickhead in this situation.
Oh, yeah, that's
what were you
always-
thinking?
Yeah, you're the aggressor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was number one. You know what I mean? So that was probably the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Unless you count at the end when he tried to get his sign back. He walked out. He's like, "Can I get my sign back?"
It was presented as evidence.
It was in evidence.
Oh my
God.
God.
Oh my
Is it one
God,
of those
what a fucking joke.
one of those store-bought signs that they all carry?
I don't know. It's probably on his Facebook page because I think there's like 3 or 4 posts of him saying, see, this is where the spittle is.
Wah, wah, wah.
So,
The very guy who likes to post everybody else's court stuff and poke and poke.
So basically, here we are with yet another loss for the Chaos Caucus.
Yeah.
The Christian cosplayers.
Yeah.
Another loss in court for them. So I'm very excited about that.
So for people who don't know, and I guess you may have covered this a little bit, but Brian Talbert's one of those local.
Nope. He lives in Stanley County.
Well, yeah.
He travels down here.
He travels, yeah.
With his mom.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She said
did that
on
come
his
from?
mom.
Oh.
Yeah. But, at least a few of us have had, pretty, I don't know, just contentious interactions with them. I think you said you had met him, like that was one of the things that kind of got you into activism?
Yes. The pleasure of meeting Mr. Talbert at an abortion protest they were standing out at. And, he of course immediately started making things up. I was bumping into him and all these terrible things that, happen when you're standing at a protest and there's people shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, next thing you know, he and Lisa Metzger, who's another pain in my ass, called the police. And saying that I think Lisa called 911 that day.
Of course.
Because
Really?
I was beating her with my umbrella.
Yeah.
Ella.
Yeah.
So it was, that was the pleasure right there. And from there on, it was smooth
How many
sailing.
other people have you beat with umbrellas?
That wasn't the only one.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. It was, if I touched her, it was an accident. Fortunately, when things get crazy at those abortion clinic protests, the people who are like the escorts start recording what's going on.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I had a recording of what actually took place, and it was not me beating, bumping into, antagonizing. I know it's hard to believe. But
Yeah, I didn't believe the story.
we showed the police, and the police were like, "Oh, okay, so that didn't
Another
happen."
loss for them.
Okay,
Oh,
gee.
so a loss I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, Brian's racking up new losses for me. I love it.
The next time I saw Talbert was outside East Frank, where he proceeded to tell my daughter, who was then 13, that she was a C word like her mother.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a very pleasant guy. Very
Oh, I
pleasant
don't.
guy.
Can
think
we
that's
normalize the C word again, by the way? Like the British get to say this.
Oh, I
all
have
the
no
fucking
problem
time.
with it. I just didn't want our listeners to get upset about it. But
But this is going to take this is going to be a generational switch.
Here's the problem.
Okay.
Is that like we were raised in a different time,
I know.
and so it really has like this negative connotation that I feel society, people like Michelle Ball and Lisa Metzger have been like, you know what, bitch doesn't do it.
Yeah.
We got to bring this back.
oh yeah,
And that's my whole point.
You
It's
know,
like the
like-
British just throw that thing around like it's
Well,
nothing.
yeah, but they mean it in a friendly manner. They'd be like, Steven, you cunt. You know what I mean? What
Yeah,
I'm
but it
saying
can-
is
yeah.
there is no word other than that one to describe the horribleness
Yeah.
of
right.
Michelle Ball and Lisa
Right.
Metzger.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're kind of like, either give us a new word, create a new one, or
Well, we
let
don't
us
like that
let
either.
us use that one.
Yeah, right.
You know?
It's such a good word. It's a fun
It
word
is.
to say, too.
It's
That's
like,
the whole thing.
fuck.
I really don't like it. It's the hard C. Hard C.
Oh, come on.
I don't like the hard C.
Yeah, well. So
Which
anyway,
is really
yeah.
horrible considering my name is Kevin.
So,
Kevin the cunt.
so these people obviously they go out of their way to to make trouble for people, and then they create.
They create the scenario.
Yeah, they do. They create it. If nothing else, they just what am I thinking of? Trying to like
Dictum.
There you go.
You act like a dick, and then you play the victim.
Yeah,
Dictum.
dictum. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, but no, they definitely try and capitalize on any sort of negative interaction that comes their way, just so that they can really just they want to physically or economically or emotionally or whatever hurt the people that they're against. They really do want to do that, and so I just all the worst to Talbert. And,
Absolutely.
I hope he loses his foot.
I hope your next potato has a maggot.
Yeah, right. So, all right. Well, we've covered the assholes enough, I believe. So,
How about elk?
Yeah. So
Let's talk
have
about
all of
egg
us
laying
eaten
cakes.
at elk by now?
I have not. I actually,
All right.
I was
Oh,
like a weirdo. I put my face against the window the other day and was kind of looking in to see what all he's done. And man, the place looks great.
It does.
I'm
It's
gonna tell you
very
right now
nice.
that we may have to split off into separate podcasts at this point.
Oh, really?
Barb and I have our own because we're hip.
Okay.
We're,
gotcha.
we're in the know. We know
I
what's
thought
going
Steven
on
had
downtown.
been, so
Yeah.
And Steven's over there like, what's a car?
Yeah.
So but okay. So I went there last Sunday with my mother,
Okay.
and I gotta tell you, 6 months ago, when we ran into Jason at was it
I
Southern?
think it's longer ago.
He's the owner of Elk, by the way, Jason.
I'm getting there, man. It's a story.
Southern
I'm a
range.
fantastic
I
storyteller.
know you are, but I was just
So
interjecting.
whatever the brewery is down there, Southern Range Brewery, and we were having a little common, having a change for Monroe get together, and
which is common for us.
which is common for us. And Jason walked in, who's the owner of Elk, and we were chatting him up because he was wearing a shirt. So he was pre-advertising well before they were opening. So we were all excited. And I actually went out and got a deviled egg t-shirt. And I wore it on Sunday, the first day that I went, and got a picture with Jason, which is beloved by all. But the deviled eggs, fantastic. I did not go fancy. Did you go fancy?
I did. I had to because I like a little spice.
Yeah.
I'm a spicy gal.
I don't have to tell us.
Right?
What, the deviled eggs, you can fancy them up, you're saying?
Yeah, there's a honey jalapeno
Honey jalapeno.
and then regular.
Oh, that sounds great.
And then I just got the plain, which were delicious.
No, I'm a fan of the fancied up, the gussied up eggs, by the way. But for people who don't know, by the way, ELK is an acronym for eggs, legs, and kegs, which is what he sells. Like, he does deviled eggs. I think he does hot wings and not legs, right?
Well, there was an item on the menu
That's what I got.
Is that right?
that
the
is
buffalo
a
wings.
quarter of
Oh.
a quarter chicken.
Okay, there you go.
That
Those
includes
looked
legs.
delicious.
And then kegs are pretty
And
self-explanatory.
the wings, fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
very good. And
I was
homemade,
so impressed.
homemade dressings.
Homemade
The blue
dressing.
cheese.
I even forgot because the wings were so good. I forgot to hit up the blue cheese.
Oh my god.
So I didn't even know
so
about
good.
that until the last few.
So
Are you going to say something about ranch?
No,
I fucking dare you.
No, absolutely not. I'm
take
not
it easy, Kevin.
I'm not as anti-ranch as some people are, because some people are like, I don't eat ranch
I'm not
because I'm
anti-ranch.
not
I'm
12.
pro blue cheese.
No, but that's the whole point. But some people are like, no, I'm not 12, so I don't eat ranch dressing. But the blue cheese, I always go blue cheese when it's there because it's just better.
Yeah.
So the wings were so good that you forgot to blue cheese your wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, there's
That
an
is
element to
correct.
this, and you can kind of see this in the amount of soda that I drink, that I
Yeah.
am like, oh, this is too dry. I got to
Yeah, right.
moisten this up,
No,
you know?
but- yeah, so
And I did not have that issue with the wings. They were fucking fantastic, you know?
that's great.
It was really good. And I got a chicken sandwich, which was fantastic again, cheese on it.
Do you remember which one you got?
I don't, but I also know that I'm like also no lettuce, no tomato, no onion, no anything interesting. So it was
Gotcha.
literally just chicken and cheese.
Right. And from what this is just like going off your description of it. Like they did it's not like a chicken breast or a chicken thigh or something like that. This was actually like almost like pulled pork style chicken sandwich, right?
Or, well, you could say like pulled chicken.
I know, but
Because it wasn't pork.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So you would just say pulled chicken.
Yeah, sure.
Or shredded chicken.
Shredded chicken. There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you,
I
you
said
know, when
pulled
these
pork style.
posers try to come in with the hip crowd, they just kind of, it's like, see, it's not a champion sweatshirt, it's a champion sweatshirt. But yeah, so we did that, and fantastic, just absolutely wonderful. And I don't want to jinx this, but Coke products.
Hey.
And
Excellent mixed drinks too.
And when I tell you that my Coke came over in a cup,
Yeah.
not a cup,
As it
a
should be.
cup. You know what I mean? So I still had
16
4 of
ounce,
them,
yeah,
but
20
you know,
ounce, probably.
it didn't save her a lot of walking, but it was nice to have a cup.
Yeah.
But it was fantastic. So yeah, that's my review of Elk. Please get out there as soon as possible.
Yeah. From what I understand, he's his bona fides. Who was the celebrity chef that he where you got his tutelage? Wasn't there like a Wolfgang Puck or something like that? He worked at like a restaurant or something like
I
that.
don't know.
No, wait, I just ate his food, man.
I gotcha. No, but I'm saying I think he was in New York for a while, and he worked for some like fancy schmancy restaurant.
I
And,
wondered because he definitely knows what he's doing.
Right. Yeah. So this is not that we've had a few really good cooks in downtown Monroe before. Like I won't go into it, but this guy's obviously he's served his or I guess he's just served under particular people that know their stuff. And
So
is bringing that good cuisine down.
When
to-
I
down
first
to
moved
us.
here, I ran into a restaurant called Crust and Jam.
Yeah.
Had one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. If you're not familiar.
Where's it at?
Well, we'll get there.
Okay.
closed.
All right.
It's
Walk
not
me
there anymore.
Oh.
But went in there, and it was really funny because I was talking to the owner and the chef. And he's like, blah, blah, blah. Heard the accent. I'm like, oh, New York? He's like, yeah. I'm like, where? He said, Poughkeepsie. All right, I said Poughkeepsie. He's like, oh, I went to college there. And my dumbass said, oh, Marist? Where my grandfather taught for many decades. He's like, no, Culinary Institute of America. That makes a lot more sense.
Right, yeah,
as we're
yeah.
standing in a restaurant that
Yeah,
you went
yeah.
to the CIA, not
Yeah.
Marist, to study literature. But that's a good segue because Crust and Jam was replaced by an Indian restaurant that
Yeah.
lasted a little while. And then it went to what it is now, Main Street Bistro.
Yeah.
And their last day is...
So, the
Yeah.
restaurant prior to that is where the guy from Sweet Union used to work,
Yeah.
who is a amazing chef.
Yeah. Jason.
Amazing, yes. Amazing.
From Sweet Union, is it Hemp Company?
Hemp Company.
Yeah. He used to have a restaurant in downtown Monroe as well, where Franklin Court Grill is right now. And I was trying to think of the name of that the other day, but it was really good too. Jason's a great guy.
All around.
Yeah. And
I Franklin Court Grill has been there since I've lived here.
Yeah.
But the stone table, there was the stone table there.
that was the one I was actually going to mention earlier. And
Well, you could mention it now if you want, hipster.
absolutely, yeah. But the stone table was great. They right around when COVID happened, I believe they kind of closed the
They
doors.
just decided, yeah.
Yeah, it was just had enough. But anyway, I've known those folks for quite a long time, and really good place, really good food. I just hope that I hope all the best for Elk. Obviously, Monroe, for the longest time, and this was well before even probably like East Frank really kind of came in and really kind of started changing the face of downtown Monroe. Monroe was always a hard sell, like it really was, and it was
a ghost town. I feel like when I first moved here.
Well, there's still
There's
an
not
element.
much lot there.
There's still an element of what kind of keeps Monroe from really kind of reaching its potential, because you have a certain amount of people that just don't want to see like the bars and stuff in downtown Monroe. They really just want it to be a bunch of lawyers' offices and consignment shops. And not saying anything about lawyers.
I'm not going to look. I'm going to tell you right
or
now.
consignment shops for that matter.
Do you know who needs lawyers?
Yeah,
People who get drunk.
and people who
like, come on, man, this is synergy.
people who talk shit about other people on podcasts.
But so as I kind of start saying, Main Street Bistro is closing in about a week or so.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna miss them. When I first got off Sundays and I was able to go, and I started to go to brunch with Mother every Sunday there.
Yep.
And we loved it, and we loved their food. I thought they've always had fantastic food. And the retirement announcement is a little ambiguous, because the woman who said that she's retiring, but the restaurant's going to be replaced by an Italian restaurant. So maybe her husband is sticking around to do the cooking in the new restaurant and changing the menu and the name. We'll see. But it's already got a replacement. It's not going to sit empty for long.
there was an Italian restaurant there too. There was I can't remember if it was there before or after Crust and Jam.
Had to be before.
Had to have been before, yeah.
Because trust me, I can keep an Italian restaurant in business.
Yeah, but again, this is
Chicken Parmesan.
Chicken Parmesan, you've got it going on. Chicken Parmesan, I would never do you harm, unless eating you up and putting you in my belly happens to cause you harm. But Chicken Parmesan, you are just fulfilling what you are made to be. My dinner, oh, can't you see? Chicken Parmesan, when I eat you up and put you in my tummy, it only means that I love you, and you're doing what you were made to do. Oh, Chicken Parmesan, you've got it going on, and I never, 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 ever cause you any harm. Chicken Parmesan, how I love to eat ya. Chicken Parmesan, you're a little bit like pizza, 'cause you've got the sauce, and you've got the cheese, and you've got the breadcrumbs. But you've also got chicken. Yes, you've also got chicken. Yes, you do. Chicken Parmesan, I don't eat you with the pasta. Oh, Chicken Parmesan, I eat you all by yourself. I don't need a bed of pasta for my chicken to be sleeping in. I eat my chicken all alone on the plate, just the chicken and the sauce and the cheese, and it tastes so great. Yeah, yeah, Chicken Parmesan, Chicken Parmesan. I love Chicken Parmesan. I love Chicken Parmesan. Chicken, 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 chicken Parmesan.
Chicken Parmesan.
This is the Monroe. I'm not going to call it a curse, but it is like there's a stigma in Monroe that it's hard to really kind of like keep good restaurants here. But we've done a really good job over the last little bit, patronizing the ones that we've got. And I just encourage all of you guys to really, go out there and
explore Monroe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so my philosophy is like hire your friends and pay full price. So that goes for, in my business, carpentry, that goes for,
Says the guy who installed my sink and my garbage disposal.
Exactly. Yeah. And you paid more than full price, which is great.
I paid full price.
So point being is I would rather, it can be a little bit more, like time consuming and things like that, but I think it's worth it to spend your money in local places so that money is staying in Monroe and not, going out to all these other,
This is a fantastic segue.
Oh.
And she's typing right now, so she may not catch this.
I'm here.
But I have been following a new Facebook page called The Groovy Gardener.
Oh. Do we know that person?
We don't.
No?
It'll be a mystery, but I have my suspicions that I think it's Barb.
Okay.
Okay, why are you going to call me out on the rug like that?
I did no such thing.
Yeah.
That is me, yes, indeed.
Yeah.
That's called a toss over.
I was going to say, yeah, it's definitely like a, hey,
Yeah.
catch this.
Yeah.
And your answer is, yes, it's me.
That's me.
Next. I don't want to talk about it.
Sorry. I mean, literally, I just got that. I got that kind of launched. So, haven't gone anywhere with it yet, but we're working our way up to it. It's going to be garden consulting.
Garden consulting.
Mostly setting up patio gardens is kind of my jam.
And tips, and I saw one about what
Tips,
seeds should be going in.
plugs,
Are we doing
tricks.
seeds? We talking about seeds right now?
I mean, we definitely can talk about seeds. I still have a lot to learn, and I've got my my person I hope to.
For those
my
of you
mentor.
who don't have video, she nodded at Steven, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't want to see your seeds.
We do not. We do not. My thumbs are not green. They are currently holding up my belt.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get some seeds going. It's been an awful year. I lost a bunch of my plants. I had over 50 plants in my greenhouse, and when the
Has
house.
anyone ever told you that's too many?
But no,
Oh, okay.
what?
I didn't think
There's
so.
no such thing.
I didn't think
Thank
so.
you.
There is no.
If you don't mind, that's my. Hold on. This is what I had to say.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because often I don't give a fucculent, and so
Did that actually make it on the camera?
did it?
It did. Yeah. There it is. Yeah.
So yeah, this is my sign, and it's very fitting for me.
Kevin
But
is always the best gift giver.
I lost a lot of plants recently, and I'm a little upset about it. So
Is that because of your move and all that, or the?
it's because
not
of the move,
whatever?
yeah. And then being the house was all torn apart, someone convinced me that they needed to go out into the greenhouse a little bit too early, and so that
got
was
it.
a battle that I chose to just give up. And of course, now I can say, "Told ya."
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I lost a lot of plants because they went out to the greenhouse too early. We tried to
Now
keep
you
them
get to say, I
alive.
told you so, which is really.
It's the best
I
feeling.
mean, it is
ever.
really cathartic.
so
It
nice.
is like boner giving
Yeah.
type of energy.
Yep.
Yeah. One of the recent purchases that I made for us was our Change from Monroe shot glasses.
Yeah.
They'll be popping up around town.
Just gonna leave them out on
Guest
places.
appearances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so part of the reason Barb and I kind of hit it off was we were both interested in the greenery in the plant world and stuff. So I
That's
guess-
not code for marijuana.
No,
Well,
absolutely not.
So I also have a bit of a garden business that I've kind of neglected for quite a while now, and I may or may not continue on with it. I'm still struggling to find the time for it, but I would love to hand off my green
Pass
thumb
the
to,
torch. I would
yeah,
love
pass
that.
the torch.
Oh
over.
my gosh, yes.
But that being said, like this will lead me into like I really do want to have another podcast, like a little spinoff with Barb and I and maybe a couple other people that are doing more of a garden show.
Asterisk, not Kevin.
Not Kevin. Kevin will be here.
Kevin
but,
will be the producer.
I got
Yeah.
other things that day.
but yeah, part of Change from Monroe is that we want to be we want to be everything to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, but we do want to like draw people in, based on their interests and stuff. And if I don't want to sit here and talk about fucking politics all the time too, because honestly, it just
it's exhausting.
It brings me down. Yeah,
it is.
We spent more time on Talbert and the shitty people in Monroe than we really should have, and than we need to anyway. Kind of keep our own sanity and shit. But we want to keep you guys obviously informed, but also too we want to have fun and talk about the things that interest us.
I'm having fun.
All right. Yeah.
He's got Coca-Cola.
I'm out of
He's
Coca-Cola.
a happy man.
So, but yeah, I just want to give you guys a bit of a heads up. We are gonna make that happen at some point, and hopefully that'll bring in people that aren't necessarily big on the politics, but want to talk about seed starting and
Not that kind.
trimming your
Bush.
your. I was trying
to not say that
no,
word.
I was trying to think of a better way to. Yeah.
The little 12-year-olds over here are giggling.
Right.
I think I sent that joke to a friend earlier when it was a woman, and she's like, "Oh, I accidentally sent a text to my husband earlier. I meant to say I'm going to share my muffin, and instead it auto-corrected to shave my muffin." And now he's rushing home, and he's very, very disappointed when he gets here.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, on
that note.
On that note, yes, sir. So, let's go ahead and get into the closing here. So, if you guys enjoyed this podcast and found it useful, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode. We have a website. Did you know that, Kevin?
I did.
Yeah. It's called changefrommonroe.com.
That's a clever name.
It is. How clever of us. You can send us an email at either Stephen, Kevin, or Barb. Is it Barb?
Yep.
At
It better not be Barbara. Somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
First of all, we pay by the syllable.
Right. So it's Stephen, Kevin, or Barb at changefrommonroe.com, or there's an info at changefrommonroe.com if you just want to do it from that address. But we do absolutely love hearing from all you guys, and we read all of your emails. I promise. We reserve the right to read all of those emails on air unless you express otherwise. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, or any of the socials except for Twitter, because why?
Fuck Elon.
Fuck Elon. And as always, consume a satchel of Richard's Robert.
Consume a satchel of Richard's Robert.